Picture the largest port in the United States, shrouded in night fog. This isn't just a logistics hub, it's a gold mine worth billions in illicit trade. Tonight, two of the world's most dangerous criminal empires collide over its control. In this corner, the Mexican Cartel, an army of chaos that has industrialized violence. In the other corner, the Japanese Yakuza, an ancient order of discipline where loyalty is paid in blood and strategy outweighs bullets. This is not a Hollywood movie. This is a precise tactical breakdown of what happens when raw military power meets surgical precision. 300 hardened sicarios against 300 fanatical Gokudo warriors. Who is left standing when the dust settles and the port of Los Angeles is turned into a war zone? We will dissect their tech, their loadouts, and their tactics to answer the question you've been asking for years. In total war, does brutality beat discipline? The cartel does not play by the rules of engagement. Their tactic is shock and awe. Their signature weapons are the Monstruos, homemade armored vehicles that look like something out of Mad Max, but function like main battle tanks. These 5-ton beasts, welded with double layers of steel plating, can shrug off small arms fire and survive mine blasts. Mounted in their beds are the legendary Modus M2 Browning 50 caliber machine guns, capable of turning a standard car into Swiss cheese in seconds. For the cartel foot soldiers, the sicarios, war is a religion. Armed with American AR-15s and gold-plated AK-47s, they utilize cheap commercial drones to drop improvised explosive devices, IEDs, directly onto enemy heads. This is an army that doesn't fear noise. They assault with war cries, blasting narco-corridos music, flooding the battle space with lead. Their strategy is simple: suppress, overwhelm, and annihilate everything that moves using superior volume of fire. The Yakuza are the polar opposite. They won't arrive in rusted steel beasts. Their convoy consists of unassuming black luxury sedans and SUVs, but underneath that chassis hides B-7 level armor capable of stopping high-powered rifle rounds. The Yakuza fighters, Gokudo, are dressed in tailored couture suits that conceal state-of-the-art, concealable Kevlar vests. Their philosophy is efficient: one shot, one kill. Their arsenal is a triumph of Japanese and European engineering. High-precision rifles with thermal imaging scopes, suppressed submachine guns like the MP5, and advanced communication jamming systems. While the cartel screams, the Yakuza remains silent. They use hackers to disable port security cameras, turning the territory into a dark maze where they are the only ones who can see. They don't believe in luck. They believe in calculation. Every step is part of a chess game where checkmate is delivered before the enemy even knows the match has started. Midnight. The port is deserted save for thousands of shipping containers, creating a steel labyrinth. The cartel enters with swagger. A column of 10 Monstruos and technicals breaches the perimeter, blinding everything with high beams and spotlights. Sicarios take up positions in open spaces, chest-thumping with a display of numbers and weaponry. For them, this is a show of force. They want the enemy to see them and fear them. Simultaneously, the Yakuza are already embedded in key tactical positions. Snipers are perched atop towering port cranes. Kill squads blend into the deepest shadows between container stacks. They don't use headlights. They rely on night vision goggles, NVGs, and motion sensors. The port is divided into kill boxes. The Yakuza have no intention of holding open ground. They want control of the choke points, where the cartel's numerical advantage becomes their curse. The trap is set, the atmosphere is pressurized, and the first shot is seconds away. The battle begins not with a bang, but a suppressed thwip. A Yakuza sniper takes out the gunner on the lead cartel armored truck from 700 yards out. Before the body hits the ground, a second shot disables the truck's engine block. The cartel erupts in fury. They open suppressive fire wildly toward the cranes, but the snipers are gone. They relocated immediately after the shots. At that exact moment, the Yakuza activate their jammers. Cartel comms go dead. Static. Deep in the container maze, magnetic mines begin to detonate. One of the Monstruos is blown sky high, blocking the main thoroughfare with burning wreckage. Sicarios begin firing blindly into the dark, wasting precious ammo on shadows. The Yakuza utilize hit-and-run guerrilla tactics. A 3-man fire team emerges from the blackness, delivers precise bursts from suppressed SMGs, and vanishes back into the void before the cartel can bring their heavy guns to bear. The cartel realizes they are fighting ghosts. Cartel leadership realizes that stealth is enemy territory. Their response? Burn it all down. The order is given for total suppression. The remaining armored vehicles line up and literally begin mowing down the container stacks with heavy machine guns. The 50 caliber rounds punch straight through the steel walls of the shipping containers, rendering Yakuza cover useless. It is a moment of pure primal power. The sky fills with cartel attack drones. The drones begin dropping homemade payloads onto suspected Japanese positions. The port transforms into hell on earth. Burning containers, exploding fuel tanks, a cacophony that ruptures eardrums. The cartel slowly, methodically pushes forward by simply destroying the environment in their path. Yakuza discipline faces a crisis. How do you plan tactics when 5 tons of steel is falling on your head and the air is saturated with lead that no body armor can stop? The cartel seizes the initiative through sheer violence. Vehicles on both sides are destroyed or gridlocked in wreckage. Now, it's personal. The fight enters the claustrophobic corridors between towering container stacks. Here, a 50-man numerical advantage means nothing. The aisle only fits 2 abreast. Sicarios storm in with shotguns and short-barreled AKs, running on instinct and aggression. They are used to street wars where the winner is whoever shoots first. But the Yakuza have trained for CQB, close quarters battle, for years. They utilize flashbang grenades to blind the enemy and work in tight, coordinated teams. While one draws fire, the second flanks. Here we see the legendary steel. In desperate moments when pistol ammunition runs dry, short tantos and blades are drawn. It's not samurai aesthetics, it's efficient, brutal butchery. Yakuza professionalism versus cartel rage. The walls of the containers are painted red. In the dead center of the port, under the floodlights of the main gantry crane, the 2 elites collide. The cartel commandante, wearing heavy body armor over a designer shirt, wielding a gold-plated carbine, faces the Yakuza Oyabun in a perfectly tailored black suit that remains uncreased even in this inferno. It's a clash of worlds. Around them, only smoke and the bodies of their best men. The Commandante bets on aggression, spraying full auto bursts. The Oyabun is calm, utilizing cover efficiently, waiting for that single, inevitable mistake. This moment reflects the entire war. One embodies chaos that consumes everything. The other embodies an order willing to sacrifice itself for the objective. The final duel of this battle decides whose philosophy dominates this coast. One shot, one victor. The sun rises over a graveyard of steel. The cartel is the tactical winner, but the cost is staggering. Out of 300 Sicarios, only 42 are left standing. Their Monstruos are smoldering wrecks, and the port of LA is so badly damaged, it won't be functional for months. The Commandante holds the ground, but he is holding a tomb. He has won the Battle of Lead, but he has attracted the full attention of the US government. This is the brutality verdict. In a stand-up fight, the cartel's willingness to sacrifice everything and use overwhelming caliber usually wins. They simply outgun the precision of Japan. But as the survivors limp away, they find their encrypted phones buzzing. While they were fighting for the docks, the Yakuza's digital wing was busy. Their offshore bank accounts? Drained. Their shipments in the Atlantic? Seized by tips given to the Coast Guard. Armor can stop? The cartel seizes the initiative through sheer violence. The battle for the docks is over, and the Mexican Cartel has claimed the territory in blood. But the war for the Empire is far from finished. Was this a display of superior power, or did the Yakuza just trade a queen for a checkmate in the long game? We want to hear your tactical breakdown in the comments below. Who do you think really came out on top, and how should the Yakuza strike back in the next chapter? If you enjoyed this simulation, hit the like button and subscribe to join our tactical community. We're constantly pushing the limits of what-if scenarios, and your feedback decides our next mission. Speaking of which, look at the screen now. For our next episode, do you want to see a modern SWAT team defend a compound against a wave of medieval knights, or one modern main battle tank versus an entire Napoleonic army? Cast your vote in the comments. Thanks for watching, and remember, in the world of high-stakes conflict, your greatest weapon is your mind. See you in the next one.